Alright, safety glazing standards, part 223, subpart A, general, subpart B, specific requirements, model 12. Module check will apply with the FRA safety exam with a recognized deviation from standards. Subpart A and B. Subpart A, scope, application, definition, responsibilities. Subpart B, additional requirement of the passenger equipment, requirement of the new and rebuild equipment, requirement of the existing locomotives, requiring existing cabooses, requirement of existing passenger identification, equipment of the locomotive, the passenger cars and cabooses, applicability with the glazing regulation of the freight and passenger railroad to the operating rolling equipment that standard gauge travel that isn't part of the general railroad system of the transportation. Exemption regulations does not apply with the following: locomotive with caboose of the passenger train that operate only on the track inside of the installation that is not part of the general railroad system of the transportation. Some tourist excursion operate for the railroad trains that operate from the urban area that are not connected to the general railroad system of the transportation. Locomotive of the passenger car with the caboose for the historical antiquated equipment that can be used for the excursion and educate for the recreational purpose of the private transportation purposes. Locomotive that used successfully designated for the defined in 223F 223.5M. Definition. There are several definitions listed within the rule, but it is covered that only the definition that impact with the understanding of what will be attempted to impart with you this week. Certified glazing, meaning that the glazing material have been certified by the manufacturer, has been met with the testing requirements set forth in Appendix A of the Part 223, has been installed in such a manner that it will perform its intended function. Designated for the meaning of the exclusive of the operation of the locomotive under all of the following conditions. The locomotive is not even the independent unit of the controlling unit that consists of the locomotive itself with the move with the purpose of servicing and repairing with a single yard area. The locomotive is not occupied by operating with a deadhead crews outside of the single yard area of the locomotive extends with the designated server that do not occupy. Emergency window, meaning that the segment of the side facing the glazing location has been designed to permit the rapid and easily remove it during the crisis situation. And facing glazing location, many of the location line perpendicular with the plane of the glazing material that make for the horizontal angle with the 50 degrees or left within the center line of the locomotive, caboose, or passenger car. Any location which, due to the curvature of glazing material that can meet the criteria of either of the front facing location and side facing shall be considered the front-facing location. Side-facing glazing location means any location line perpendicular with the plane of the glazing material that makes the angle more than 50 degrees with the center line with the locomotive, the caboose, of the passenger car. Passenger car means of the unit of the railroad rolling equipment intended to provide transportation for the members general public, including self-propelled cars, designated carrier badge and nail express for the passenger. The term include the passenger coach car, cab car, multiple unit locomotive. This term does not include the private car. Windshield, the meaning of the combination of individual using its glazing material, the locomotive, the passenger car, or caboose with the position of the end-facing glazed location. Yard locomotive means the locomotive operator dealing with a perform switching function with a single yard area. Historical equipment means the locomotive, the passenger coach, the cabooses, which have historical significance. Ferdinand Magellan USA 1 passenger car used by the FDR. Antiquated equipment, that means of the passenger car built prior to the end of the World War II, 1945 or earlier. Excursion means an operation from the transport passenger one or more points of the interest and return of them to the original point of the departure. Glazing certification. What is it? Essentially, the achieve the impact of the test performed with a specific test for the parameters. Impact of the test consider the two separate test categories: ballistic and large object. Type 1 and Type 2 glazing material must pass for the test of the regiment in order to consider the certified glazing in Part 223. Type 1 glazing material with the subject of more than surveyor impact of the regime. A large object of test only a manufacturer responsible for meeting all test parameters. Documents such as test manufacturers must provide the test verification does not document to the railroad for the FRA upon request. Compliance date with the new rebuilt equipment. Essentially every locomotive, including yard locomotive, caboose for the passenger equipment rebuilt and built or rebuilt after June 30, 1980 must be equipped with the certified glazing in all window locations. Requirements for existing locomotives built prior to June 30, 1980, excluding yard locomotive floor, rear end, word, and placing location, equipped with Type 1 glazing material that may be used for the prior of the impact testing regime will not require the installation certified glazing except for the glazing material of the broken or damaged, excluding the yard locomotive side-facing location, equipped with Type 2 with glazing material that means that either portion of the impact testing regime will not require the installation certified glazing except for the glazing material is broken or damaged, complying with the data existing locomotives, except for the yard locomotive with the locomotive equipment as described in the previous slide. The locomotives are rebuilt prior to July 1st, 1980, shall be equipped with certified glazing in all locomotive cab windows after June 30th, 1984. Alright, vandalism and damaged glazing locomotive. Locomotives with damaged glazing material that can be due to the act of vandalism glazing material that broke when the damage over the part of the window failed to permanent good disability shall be placed designated within 48 hours of the time of the breaking of the damage and be removed with the certified glazing described in the following slide. Glazing replacement of the due with the vandalism of the locomotive with the broken and damaged windows, 12 of the windshield of the locomotive, the cab, all the forward and rearward end facing glass in the location of the locomotive cab must be replaced with a certified glazing. If the broken main and damaged window with the part of the side facing window of the locomotive cab, all of the facing side of the facing glazed location locomotive cab must be replaced with a certified glazing. Requirements for the existing caboose was built prior to June 30th, 1980, excluding the air caboose with the forward, rearward facing location equipped with the Type 1 glazing material with either the portion of the impact of the regime will not require the installation of certified glazing except for the glazing material that is broken with the damage, excluding the air caboose side facing location equipped with the Type 2 glazing material that meets either the portion of the impact of the regime will not require the installation of certified glazing except for the one of the glazing material with the broken or damage. Compliance date with existing caboose except for the air caboose with the caboose. The equivalent described with the previous slide with the caboose is built or rebuilt prior to July 1st, 1980 shall be equipped with the certified glazing in all windows after June 30th, 1984. Vandalism, damage, glazing, caboose. If the caboose is damaged, glazing with due to the act of vandalism, glazing material with the broken with the damage of the silver the window field with the permit good visibility shall be repaired as follows. Broken windows, part of the windshield, all location forward or rearward end of the face of the gaze, and the location must be replaced with the certified glazing within 30 days of the date of the breakage of the damage. If the broken window is part of the side of the facing the window, side facing glazing, the location must be replaced with certified glazing within 30 days of the day of the breakage. Requirements for the existing passenger car built prior to June 30th, 1980. Passenger cars forward, rearward, facing the location equipped with the Type 1 glazing material that meets for either the portion of the impact of the regiment would not require the installation of certified glazing except when the glazing material is broken to damage passenger cars with side facing locations equipped with the Type 2 glazing material that meets either portion of the impact test regime will not require the installation of certified glass except when the glazing material is broken to damage. Compliance date with the existing passenger cars except for the passenger cars equipped with the described of the previous slide. Passenger car with rebuilt or rebuilt prior to July 1st, 1980 shall be equipped with the certified glazing in all windows minimum of the 4 emergency windows after June 30th, 1984. Vandalism, damage of the glazing passenger cars. Passenger car with the damage glazing the material due to the act of vandalism, glazing material is broke with the damage so the window falls. Fails to remember that good visibility shall be repaired as well with a broken window as well with the windshield. All of the forward, rearward facing glazing locations must be replaced with certified glazing within 30 days of the breakage of the half of the broken window. The part of the side facing window, all side of the facing glazing locations must be replaced. Certified glazing within 30 days of the breakage. Additional requirement of the passenger equipment must be equipped with at least 4 emergency opening windows. Each of the windows shall be conspicuously legally marked with luminescent material on the inside of each for the cover facility of the passenger grill. So they have clearly legible operating instructions near each side for the exists. Each window and tip of the emergency action for the emergency response by the extricating with the passenger shall be marked with a retro reflective with a unique and easily recognizable symbol. The other clear marking with a clear understandable window access instruction either the inside of the window or at each end of the car. But in part 238 of the exterior of the window must remain in the place for the subject of the air pressure difference caused by 2 trains passing each other over the opposite direction maximum authorized speed. Module, note, the requirements on this slide do not apply with express cars and cars transporting mail or baggage. Stenciling with the equipment. Each locomotive of the passenger car, the caboose with the fully equipped with the glazing material to meet the requirements of Part 223 shall be sensible the interior wall is found with a fully equipped with the FRA Part 223 glazing, similar wood with the bang with the meaning of letters at 3/8 of an inch high. Marking glazing material with each individual piece of the certified glazing material inside of the locomotive passenger caboose shall be permanently marked with the containment of the following information: FRA Type 1, FRA Type 2, depending on the location, manufacture of the material, the type of the brand, identification of the material. Note, in most cases, the certified glazing must be installed with the markings referred to above that can be read inside, but the marking resident of the outside generally indicated that improper installation. This is the end of Module 12.